Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I love getting your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, I use an inspiring quote. And today's, it hits home for me. I think it will for you too. When you're happy, you enjoy the music. But when you're sad, you understand the lyrics. Ooh, that one is deep, isn't it? Because yes, a song can hit you in many different ways depending on what kind of mood you're in, what kind of circumstance you're in, what things you're going through, how stressful life has been, or how happy things are, how excited you are that, hey, today's Friday, we're almost to the weekend. So wherever you find yourself today, I know that you are going to find some inspiration and some encouragement from the music that you hear right here on this show, because we want this to bring value to your life. We want it to help make your day better. And I know it's doing that. I hear from people all the time about, hey, Steven, that was the perfect song at the perfect time. I needed that right then. And you know what? I don't take credit for that at all. That is a God thing. I'll tell you that right now, because He lines things up just right to help you in your time of need. So I don't know where you find yourself today. Are you in that happy, excited spot? Are you in that really sad and almost depressed, feeling all alone spot? Well, I want you to listen to these words and I want you to feel the beat. Either way you process this music, I know it's going to bring value to your life. So thank you for being here. And remember, if you have to step away from your radio, you can always tune us in online over at 885jfm.com. Click that On Now button, press play, and you are good to go. Now, I think it's time for some more music. How about Maverick City Music and More Than Able, featuring Tasha Cobbs Leonard.
When did I start to forget all of the great things you did?
ROI, return on investment. How about this other term, cash flow? I don't know, maybe this one rings with you. It's called side hustle. We try many different ways to make a little extra money because, hey, things have been tough. Everything's so expensive these days. But what does it take to really, I don't know, start to amass a little more wealth as you go along? Is it multiple streams of income, or is it doing one thing well? Think about that and come back. Let's talk about it right after this.
I could stand here and try to tell you I found my way here on my own, brought to life this heart of stone.
So I went into Walmart the other night, right? I just went to get a few things, and I got some sweet potatoes. I got some russet potatoes because I love making turkey burgers with like homemade fries. I'll put them in the oven, and they're absolutely delicious. So the fries, not the turkey burgers. I put the turkey burgers on the skillet on the stove, but those fries are so good. So I just wanted to pick up a few potatoes, right? And so I put 3 in a bag, sweet potatoes, and I put 3 russets in a bag. And I go up to the register, and she rings up my sweet potatoes. I see her, she gets the little book out, right? And she scans the barcode that says sweet potatoes. And I'm glad I was watching, because she almost charged me for ginger root. And what little bit of sweet potatoes I got were about to cost me $11 and change because they thought it was ginger root. She even tried putting in the code that was above the sweet potato picture on the booklet, right? And it still said ginger root. It's crazy. You really got to watch those registers. But speaking of that, isn't everything so expensive these days? You need a little extra income sometimes. And so, I don't know, maybe you have a hobby that you use to make a little extra money. Maybe you've got a side hustle. Maybe you have one of those Cricut machines. You can do vinyl lettering and stuff like that. That's really cool and very creative, and I'm glad that you can do that. I have an artistic side too. I do some graphic design stuff. I have a lot of fun with it. But let me tell you, I've always thought that if you did more things, you could make more money. And that does make sense, but I do remember another principle that I've been taught all my life. It's that if you don't focus on the one thing you're trying to do, well, maybe you're not really doing it to your fullest potential. What if focusing on that one thing you do so well is going to help you with a little extra money? I don't know. So I came across this little talk over on TikTok, and they were talking about this. And I've always thought of multiple streams of income as being a good thing, but evidently it is, but maybe not right off the start. Here, take a listen to this and see what you think.
Nobody who got rich from multiple streams of income. The way you get rich is through doing one thing really, really well. Then once you break through the wall, you diversify and you put your money to work for you, where your money creates money. If you have diluted focus, you get diluted results.
You know, that really makes sense to me, because if I focus in on the one thing that I want to do well and watch that be successful, then I can find other ways to leverage that, and then I can think about retirement. What? Yes, actually putting money away for retirement. What a far-fetched idea, right? Here I am, 41 years old. I'll be 42 this year. Whew, I got to think about stuff like this. But no, I really wanted to point this out, because God has given you some gifts, abilities, and talents. And I hope that you're using them, number one, for His glory, because He's the one who gave them to you. And you should be using them to bless Him. And at the same time, I think He gave you those gifts, abilities, and talents for your own benefit as well. And of course, for the benefit of others. So maybe focus in on that one thing that you do really well. I know we're always supposed to, we're supposed to strengthen our weaknesses, but what if we just kept strengthening our strengths? What would happen then? Just some food for thought today. I see what I did there. The sweet potatoes, food for thought. Anyway, here's Natalie Lane with Amen. Thanks for hanging out with me right here on the Lifeline Morning Show.
I know what it looks like. I know how it feels.
Your word of life today comes to you from John 14, verse 6, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. Wow, that's worth sharing with somebody. Again, that's John 14, verse 6. And we've got it plastered across all of our socials: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, or Twitter, and TikTok. And of course, it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. We'd be honored if you'd use that word of life to start a conversation with somebody about your faith. And if you could use even more support in doing that, well, we've got some resources for you on our website. It's 885jfm.com. Go to the Dive In tab and then Share Your Faith. Click that, and you're going to find a couple resources there, one in English, one in Spanish, to help you feel more confident in witnessing, sharing your faith, telling somebody about Jesus. I really hope it helps. All right, back to the music that you love. I got Rend Collective with Hallelujah Anyway, as I shout out Joel Modest listening to us right now in Palm Coast, Florida, and we've got some listeners in Birmingham. Thank you for being here. Really means a lot. One of the most fun things about my job is getting to interact with you, because, hey, you're the reason why I'm here in the first place. We're trying to make your day a little bit better, and if you weren't listening, we couldn't do that. So thank you for being here. And it's however you're listening, too, because we've got the stream going, we've got the podcast after the show over on Spotify, and, of course, on the FM dial. And, you know, I've been working on a few things recently. I've noticed that our signal, the strength, I shouldn't say the strength, I should say the sound quality has been a little off lately. And I want to let you know, if you're listening to us on the FM dial, that I am working on it. I spent all day yesterday trying to get it figured out. I'm still not there yet. So I'm getting closer, but not quite there. So please bear with us. I'm so sorry for the signal quality. It's just not been up to par. And I'm hoping that will change very, very soon. Looking at a few reasons for why that might be. But anyway, getting to talk with you, though, is a highlight of my morning. And I got this new text number, right? And I've been telling you, hey, I'd love to shout you out and play your song. And just really, it helps me know that you're there. And, you know, I don't feel quite so, isolated in the studio all by myself. So thank you for reaching out. Y'all are awesome. I just heard from Dee Dee Blessing, and she's listening to us from Albertville this morning. She said she would love to hear Kaleidoscope Jesus. You know what? I can do that. I've got it lined up right now. So Dee Dee, thank you so much for listening. It means so much that you're here. And here is your song. It's Kaleidoscope Jesus by Lauren Daigle. Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn. All right, now let's go ahead and crank that engine and let's start that music so I can say, hey everybody, it's time to play the Carline competition. It's your chance to win some gift cards this morning. I sure hope that you're ready to have some fun because we've got a little bit of a, what's that thing? It's a little bit of a train rolling through. 6 gift cards up for grabs on this first question. We got them to Gunnersville Chick-fil-A, Albertville Home Bakery, and the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab. Plus, your chance to win a bonus prize with the bonus question. What will that be about? Oh, you just got to call me up and find out. So here's the first question. And remember, that bonus question is ready for you as well. If you get the first one right, here we go. All right. Let's see. Should I go hard? Yeah, let's go hard. Which is the next prime number after 53? Is it 55, 62, 63, or 59? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. I got my caller. Stay on the phone line with me while I start the song, and I'll get your answer. Here's Kane with Any More. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on?
Nothing much. What you doing?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just having some fun, playing a game.
I called at the right time, didn't I?
You sure did. I wonder if you know what the next prime number is after 53. Is it 55, 62, 63, or 59?
55.
It's not 55, so is it 62, 63, or 59?
62.
Nope, it's not 62. That was a valiant effort, Bud Williams, but you just cleared 2 off the board. So thanks for calling, man. And that's how it's done. Hey, you know what? He calls in lots of times. He'll win them and roll them. Sometimes he just clears some off the board. And hey, I'm thankful for either one, right? So here we go. Your chance, 50-50 shot. What is the correct answer? What's the next prime number after 53? Is it 63 or 59? There's my caller. I'm going to capture it. Stay on the phone line with me while I start the song. I'll get your answer. Apollo LTD, On My Way Up. 88.5 JFM, good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on, Richard Rudy?
Fine.
I'm glad to hear it, man. A little drizzly, a little gray and dreary outside, but we're going to have some fun this morning. You got a 50-50 shot at this thing. So here we go. Your question is, what is the next prime number after 53? Is it 63 or 59?
59.
59 is correct. Congratulations, sir. You just won 6 gift cards. What do you think about that?
I like it, but I'm going to keep it rolling.
All right, man. We can do that. We can keep them rolling. You want to shout somebody out this morning?
And I'm going to shout out that Greg Silly. He preached a good word last night.
Yeah, it was a good revival service, huh?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to hear it, man. Thanks for calling, playing my game, and rolling these gift cards over, man.
Thank you.
Do you want to play the extra bonus question?
I'll try.
So, what are the colors of the rainbow? There are 7. So what are all 7 colors of the rainbow?
Orange.
Okay.
Blue.
Blue. Okay.
Yellow.
Yellow.
How many is that?
3. We got 4 more to go.
Has it got pink in it?
Nope. No pink.
I'll give up on it.
All right, man. Okay. Well, that's all good. Hey, you'll help somebody else out. Thanks so much for calling me, Richard.
Thank you.
Have a great one, man. Bye.
You too, bye.
All right, we got your chance to win 9 gift cards right now if you know the answer to my question. Plus your chance to win a bonus prize. That's a Junior Frosty keychain. Get you a Junior Frosties from Wendy's. Oh, those things are delicious, right? So here we go. Here's your question. In geometry, what is a polygon with 13 sides and 13 angles called? Is it a I got to say this right. Pentadecagon, hexadecagon, dodecagon, or triskaidekagon? Okay? Those are your options. Really hard to say. 256-505-0885. In geometry, what's a polygon with 13 sides and 13 angles called? Is it A, pentadecagon, hexadecagon, dodecagon, or triskaidekagon? 256-505-0885. Got my caller. Stay right there. Let me start Mercy Me and Always Only Jesus, and I will get your call right now. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. What's your name?
Rocky.
Very nice to hear from you this morning. What you up to?
I'm going to go to school.
Gonna go to school. What grade you in?
Kindergarten.
All right, kindergarten. Are you enjoying school this year?
Yeah.
Very nice. Now, you're gonna be a first grader. Not too much longer, and this school year will be over. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
You don't know? You're about to experience summer break. I think you're gonna be a fan. But hey, I got a question for you. Now, this is all about some geometry, some shapes. In geometry, what's a polygon with 13 sides and 13 angles called? Is it a pentadecagon, hexadecagon, dodecagon, or triskaidekagon? Did you say triskaidekagon?
Yeah.
That's correct. Congratulations to you. You just won 9 gift cards.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's good.
Yeah, I think it's good too. Now, I've got a question for you. Can you tell me about 2 very special people that mean a lot to you today?
There's Max and Jay.
Okay. Max and Jace. Tell me something special about Max.
Well, we're best friends and we play a lot.
Oh, cool. What do you like to play with Max?
Probably when we go to PE and we go play outside, we usually play basketball.
Ah, nice. Now, is Jace a friend as well?
Yeah.
What do you like doing with Jace?
Same thing what I do with Max.
Very cool. Sounds like you've got some amazing friends. Now, are you ready for a bonus question? You could win something else. Do you want to try this one?
Yeah.
All right. Can you name all the colors of the rainbow?
Red,
Mm-hmm.
yellow,
Yeah.
orange,
Yeah.
green,
Yeah.
blue,
Yeah.
violet,
Yeah.
indigo.
Good job! You just won! Woohoo! You are so smart!
Lego.
Oh, so good. All right. I need to grab your address so I can get these gift cards and this keychain sent your way, okay?
Okay.
Rocky Madden, the kindergartner who is so stinking smart. Did you hear him? On that bonus question, he's like, let's go. He knows how to celebrate. He's going to be able to put some smiles on some people's faces with those 9 gift cards. Come on. And getting that Junior Frosty keychain, how much fun is that? Hey, I want to take just a second. I don't usually do another topic during the car line competition, but I wanted to get this in before everybody had to be at school. So I came across this interview that was done on a red carpet for a movie, and it starred this guy. Now, his name is Michael B. Jordan. It always confuses people because they think Michael Jordan, the basketball guy, is this him? No, it's Michael B. Jordan. And you see, when this kid was coming up through school, he had some problems with some bullies, people who just did not like him, people who talked about him and made fun of him. And you know what? I bet you have somebody like that at your school, or you parents, you probably had to deal with a bully, right? Yeah, well, a little cautionary tale, okay? Because the person doing the interviewing on this red carpet just happened to be one of his old classmates. And yeah, she used to talk some smack about him. So what happened? Well, here's a little snippet of the things that were said, no less on a radio show about this guy some time back. So we're going to start with that. This little bit of gossip, this little bit of, he's just not that great of a guy, and what we used to do to him in school. So take a listen to this first.
I think that Michael B. Jordan is just like a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight, right? I mean, we all know that the nice, corny guys treat you the best.
To be honest with you, we teased him all the time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there. And he was no Michael Jordan. And then he also would come to school with headshot. We lived in Newark.
Yeah.
Like that's the hood. You know what I mean? So we would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
Yeah, look at him now. Michael B. Jordan is doing very well for himself as a director and an actor. You probably know him from, I don't know, Creed, the Creed franchise, Creed 1, 2, and 3. And of course, if you don't know him from there, probably from Black Panther. Yeah, this guy is really making it in Hollywood. And so he was on this red carpet. Just so happens the second person you just heard from there was the person doing the interviewing on that red carpet. So how did that go down? Take a listen.
Morning Hustle Show. We got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
Woo, having to eat crow all this time later. So the moral of this story is be careful what you say about people because it might come back to bite you in the butt. I had to share that one. Oh, it's a Friday. I hope you're excited for the weekend. I know I am. And that brings us to the end of today's Carline competition. So we gave away 9 gift cards and a Junior Frosty keychain. I think that is a success. But you want to play my game next week? Okay, we'll do it starting at 7 o'clock on Monday, but I got to give you a little heads up. We're doing a little something special next week, too. Going to have your chance to win some concert tickets to go see Zach Williams and Riley Clemens, the 100 Highways Tour. Yeah, it's coming up every day next week. We're going to have a chance for you to win a pair of tickets to the show with one of those pairs of tickets possibly being rolled over into VIPs. So definitely want to be listening next week to the Lifeline Morning Show, Monday through Friday, for your chance to win, in addition to the Carline competition. All right, let's take a look at the streaming map real quick. I love doing this because I like seeing where people are listening to us from. So Joel Modis is hanging out with us right now down in Palm Coast, Florida, and I hope that you have better weather there than we do here because it's nice and dreary. I'm going to do just a quick check on your temperature. It says it's 70 degrees and sunshine, so not much warmer than here, but at least you don't have the clouds to worry about. Plus, I mean, being so close to the ocean, I hope you're enjoying yourself. All right, we've also got some listeners right here in North Alabama. I see you listening in, let's see, where's that at? Arab, Alabama. Thank you for being here. Plus, we got our friends in Helsinki, Finland. You know, yesterday, I was doing some work here in the studio. I was working on the signal, of course, for the FM, but I was looking at our streaming computer, and something was going on with it. So I thought, hey, I'm going to have to take the stream down for just a couple minutes and reboot it so that maybe everything will work right, because it was showing me all kinds of errors and stuff on the screen. So I tried to reboot the computer, but the computer did not reboot. It got stuck where it was starting Windows, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? So I had another computer lying around, not really being used, so I got it hooked up, got it in here. So I'm still working on that too, but just to let you know that Helsinki, Finland did pop back up. So I've been wondering, is that really somebody listening, or is that just, I don't know, is that something to do with our streaming service? Do they have maybe something watching or listening out there? But I really think it's somebody who's listening. The mystery continues because I still don't know their name, but we could solve that mystery with their help. Here it is. What I want you to do for you listeners in Helsinki, Finland, I want you to email me. It's Steven, STEVEN, at 885jfm.com. Let's finally put this mystery to rest. Tell me your name, where you're listening from, and your favorite song so I can shout you out, and finally do it with a name and play your favorite song. So it's a win-win, okay? So you'll help us put this mystery to rest. Again, it's Steven at 885jfm.com. Good morning to you, Reno County, Kansas. I see you hanging out with us right there. Hey, why don't you text me and let me know your name? It's 256-967-0885. I'd love to shout you out properly here on the radio. Yeah, I'd like to shout somebody else out too. Joel Modis, I shouted him out earlier, talking about him being in Palm Coast, Florida. It's about 70 degrees and sunshine where he is. And he said, yep, the weather is great today. Celebrating my wife's 60th birthday tonight with a party and a house full of friends. We are blessed. He said, keep up the good work at the station. God bless. So God bless you too, Joel. Thank you for reaching out, and congratulations. 60th birthday for her. It's going to be a good time. I hope y'all have a great time celebrating. All right, more great music headed your way. I've got Colton Dixon and Build a Boat right here, right now. And your chance, well, you're going to hear some, not chance, it's a definite. You're going to hear Andrew Ripp's new music soon. I love playing music here because some of these songs are your favorite songs, and some of them, well, they might become your new favorite songs. I've been following this guy for a while now. His name is Andrew Ripp. I actually got to talk with him here on the show a while back. You want to see that interview, you can go over to our website. It's there on that main page. But got to talk with him. He was getting ready to come here on tour and got to learn a little bit more about him. I think my most favorite parts of that interview were the rip drip. We were talking about his outfit he used for the tour art, and then the rip sip because of the coffee mug that he posted a picture of himself holding on the socials. It had Sasquatch on it, and it was hilarious. So if you want to know more about that, you got to go over and check out those interviews. They're right there at 885jfm.com. But yeah, I saw that he's got some new music out. So it's the rollout of his new album, The Great Wide Open Wild. And the first single off of that album is, well, right here. It's called Wide as the World. I want to play it for you. I've listened to it one time. Let me tell you, these lyrics hit hard. It's got an amazing sound to it as well. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So turn it up, and remember, this is Andrew Rip's brand new song off his new album. It's called Wide as the World.
You think you drifted out of reach, disappeared into the night, middle of the ocean, no rescue in sight.
Yeah, they might be gone to school this morning, but out of sight is definitely not out of mind when it comes to your kids. I bet you spend a lot of time thinking about them, don't you? And if you're doing a good job parenting, well, I've got a little advice for you about how we can support them just a little bit better. Some tips and tricks coming up next. Thanks for hanging out with me. Here's Danny Goki, Stand in Faith.
Can't escape disappointment, can't avoid the delay, but I don't have to make feeling down and defeated the place that I stay.
This world is a really tough place, isn't it? So it's no surprise to me that more and more future possible parents are wondering if they even want to bring a child into this world. Yeah, I was looking at some data just here a minute ago, and this goes back to 2022, but even then, there was about a 3,000, baby decline in the births that year. Yeah, 3,000 less babies born in 2022 than 2021. And it may just be a growing trend because life is tough, right? I mean, think about it. For those of you who already have kids, I've got a 9-year-old myself. It's hard to believe she's 9. She'll be 10 this year. Oh my goodness, where does the time go? But, you try to help them navigate this world. And maybe you offer them solutions to their problems. Well, sometimes those solutions are not always the best strategy, not always the best thing you can do for them. I came across Becky. She is a psychologist, and she has a few things to say about the difference between solutions and support and how one can really lead to the other. See what you think about this. I thought it was a breath of fresh air and definitely some advice I'm going to take to heart.
No matter how old your kid is, this is something every parent needs to know. I'm Dr. Becky. I'm a clinical psychologist specializing in parenting, and I want to get this information out there. Your child is looking for your support, not your solutions. This is true at every age. Let's say you have a toddler and they can't figure out a puzzle and they're frustrated. They're looking for you to say, "Oh, this is a hard puzzle," not, "I'll do that piece for you." When your older kid is struggling to learn how to read, they're looking for you to say, "Learning how to read is so tricky. It was tricky for me too," not, "I'll read that page to you." When your middle school age kid is struggling with a friend, they're looking for you to say, "Oh, I get why you're upset," not, "Why don't you just send them a text and say what you want to say?" Our kids, like us, are looking for our support, not our solutions, because when they have our support, guess what? They're really good at coming up with solutions on their own.
Wow, what do you think about that? Definitely something to think about and maybe start to apply with your kids. I know I'm going to try with mine as well. There's a place for solutions. There's a place for, hey, here's how I did that. But then there's a place for just support. Here's Jeremy Camp.
Locked up and I'm so in my head, heart starts racing and I can't slow it down.
I want to give a big shout out to Kevin Allen reaching out to me over on the texts and let me know, hey, he's going through a little bit of something right now. He's trying to make the next best choice. And you know what? I understand that struggle all too well. I really do, man. You just got to keep your head up. You got to surround yourself by a bunch of people who are good for you, and just keep moving forward. Keep in prayer. Keep in that relationship with your Heavenly Father, and make the next right choice. You got to do this thing one step at a time, because it's overwhelming if you look at the big picture and try to get it all done at one time. You know what I mean? All right. Now, your song, sir. It's Goodness of God by CeCe Winans.
I love you, Lord.
Dorinda is listening to us in Arab right now on her way to work. She said, "Hey, Stephen, could you play Good to Me by Rhett Walker?" Yes, I sure can. Here's your song, Dorinda. Thank you so much for making us part of your day. It means a lot.
When it all don't go the way I planned.
What a song. That's Rhett Walker and Good to Me right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now, Richard Udi said, "Hey, Stephen, could you play Run, Devil, Run by Crowder?" Yeah, I can do that. This will make you move a little bit. Maybe do a little shoulder dance in the car. It's okay. People can look at you like you're crazy at the red light. Don't let it bother you.
I got something makes the devil gonna run. Keep it dancing till the break of dawn.
We're getting there. Summertime will be here before you know it. And yes, we'll be complaining about how hot it is outside. That's just what we love to do here in Alabama. So just get ready for that, okay? We've already got the pollen to complain about now, the yellow dust everywhere. It's just part of it, right? But with the extra sun and the extra outside activities, that means you can have an extra chance to, well, get a little more tan, a little more brown, right? Yeah, maybe get a sunburn or two. My little girl, she's gotten so pale over this winter, but it doesn't take her very long to start getting a tan. So when it starts warming up outside, we start going outside more and more. She's going to be brown before too much longer. But hey, do you ever check your complexion? And it's like, what's going on there? For me, sometimes if I wear my sunglasses, of course, you start to see a little ring around your eyes, almost look like a raccoon. It's like this part is brighter than that part. And then as you get older, you've got these aging spots that show up from time to time. And they don't like to leave either. I've got one on my face. I don't enjoy it at all, but it's part of getting older. Add the wrinkles and the back pain and my goodness, feels like you're falling apart. But there is a medical condition known as vitiligo. And what that is when your skin starts to lose its pigment in various patches along your body. You know, your skin is your biggest organ. It covers your entire body. And so you might have a patch of brighter skin here or there. But how does that affect pets? Well, I came across a story about a dog who has really just become a dog of a different color. It reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, the horse of a different color. This is the dog of a different color. He started off with jet black hair. His name is Buster. He's 4 years old. Jet black hair to begin with, right? Really black, had just maybe one white patch right there between his front two legs. But besides that, just a beautiful dark dog. Well, now this dog is completely white because of vitiligo. You see, it does that in pets. So his fur changed colors. Now he's a white dog. How cool is that? Isn't that neat? I've never seen that happen before, but they do have pictures here of the transition where his body was black and his face started turning white, and then it got really patchy. And as his new fur came in, it was just white as wool. So this guy enjoying life, probably not as hot as he used to be with all that black fur. Now he's got white. So anyway, just had to tell you about it. I know you can't see it, but I love painting pictures for you here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Thanks for hanging out with me. I grew up growing vegetables. In fact, I had a pretty green thumb. When I was a kid, I had an old red radio flyer wagon. I put some dirt in it and I planted a watermelon seed. And you know what happened? I got a little watermelon out of it. Yeah, it didn't get but maybe about the size of a tennis ball because it didn't have enough soil to really give it all it needed. But I was able to grow a watermelon in a red wagon. I thought that was an achievement. Hey, I've tried that green thumb on a few plants in my house. Let's see, when I was in college, at my apartment, I had a poinsettia that I kept alive for 3 years. That was a feat. And those succulents, I don't think you can kill those things off. Those things just keep growing and growing. I had a jade succulent. That thing was amazing. So now when I try to keep ferns alive, forget about it. And the mums in the fall, no thank you. I don't even buy them anymore because I don't want them just to die, you know? So I like getting perennials for my flower bed so they just keep coming back year after year. Those annuals are okay too, but you got to keep replanting. And I'm trying my hardest to get my hydrangea to actually have blooms this year. We've covered it up during the freezes. It's nice and green right now, but I don't see any signs of any buds or blossoms just yet. So I'm watching that. But as far as a garden goes, well, yeah, I spent a good bit of my life in the garden between my mom and my grandma's. Oh, I was in the garden a lot. My favorite vegetable to grow, okra, because it's my favorite vegetable to eat. Those tomatoes are good too. You get a big one, big juicy one. Get you a Mater sandwich in the middle of summer. Maybe a slice of bologna and some cheese on it. Oh, it's heaven, right? But hey, to have a garden, you got to know when to plant those seeds. And I'm really amazed at just how accurate the Old Farmer's Almanac is. I started noticing that when I was a kid. Because my granny would always look at that, and my papa, they'd always look at that little almanac to tell them when's the best time to plant. And pretty well, most often, it was right on. So that's still out there. You can still find that. I don't know if you've already started putting seeds in the ground or not. Maybe you've got some little seedlings growing. You're going to transplant them over. Yeah. Well, I came across a website that will help you out with that. It's pretty neat. So it's actually just easy. It's garden.org. And they've got this calendar where all you have to do is put your zip code in, and it will give you a printable version of when to plant the seeds to get a harvest. You know, when's the perfect time to plant them? It'll give you a print version, and you can just, peruse it right there on the website. So I live in Arab, so I put 35016, and this is really cool. I mean, it's telling me when's the best time to plant cantaloupe or carrots. When's the best time to put corn seed in the ground? When should you plant those pumpkin seeds? All that stuff is right here. It's like 30 different vegetables, and it tells you when to plant each one according to where you live. So if you haven't got the Old Farmer's Almanac, well, all you have to do is go to garden.org, and they got a place there to put in your zip code. So it's under their tools and apps section if you want to go check it out for yourself. I've been holding off. I haven't done a garden in a few years, but I'm thinking about doing it this year. I need to get busy and go ahead and get some seeds in the ground. So we'll see what happens. Oh, I need some good Mater plants too. I hear that Goliath tomatoes are some of the best, so I might have to try those. And okra, oh, it's so good to eat, but it is so itchy to pick. You know what I mean? Hey, thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. I wish you well in all your endeavors out there in the garden, whether you have a green thumb or not. It's still a lot of fun, and it helps you kind of, relieve some stress when you're out there working in the garden. It can be a little taxing, be a little sweaty, but it's the kind of sweat that pays off because those vegetables, they're so good. Here's Austin French with God is Good, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show.
Lately I've been wrestling with everything, 'cause everything seems hard.
Do you ever have fun on the phone? Yeah, you ever answer in a funny voice or, give a really cool scenario? Just to, get a laugh? Yeah, let's talk about that next.
Wouldn't it be great if there was an answer, a quench for the heart, a cure for cancer, holding us close like a tiny dancer, with plenty of love for everyone.
I have some ways of just making people laugh sometimes. I've got my go-tos, but I wonder what's your go-to when it's a phone prank. Somebody calls you up and you can see on your caller ID, hey, this is a telemarketer. How are you going to handle that situation? Well, let me tell you what I do sometimes, especially if it's telemarketer. I'll let them do their opening line, and then I'll say, did you know you could save 15% or more by switching to, press 1 now to find out how. I'll use my announcer voice, right? Or I might go to this one right here. It's a lot of fun. Hello and welcome to the Mental Health Hotline. If you're obsessive compulsive, please press 1 repeatedly. If you're codependent, please ask someone to press 2 for you. If you have multiple personalities, please press 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're paranoid, we know who you are and what you want. Stay on the line so we can trace your call. If you're delusional, press 7 and your call will be transferred to the mothership. If you're dyslexic, press 96969696. If you have a nervous disorder, please fidget with the hash key until the representative comes on the line. So there you go. Just a few ways of having a little fun, but I found some more and I wanted to pass them along to you, okay? So here we go. How about this? Welcome to Pete's Potato Barn. How would you like your spud? Would you like it baked? Would you like it broiled? Would you like it fried? Would you like it French fried? All different ways you can have some fun with somebody on the phone. Hey, when's the last time you did that? You know what? Maybe you need to make today the day that you do it again because it's so much fun. Thanks for hanging out with me right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. I absolutely love hanging out with you. And yes, sometimes we get to have a little fun. And you know what? That's okay because, hey, we got to have some laughter in our lives, don't we? I'll tell you what. I've got a few more ideas for you before I let you go back. I bet you thought I was about to hit a song. No, here we go. Here's one. So somebody rings. You say, Roadkill Cafe. You kill it, we grill it. Ooh, yeah. State Farm, this is Jake. How can I help you save today? This is one of my favorites because I do work at a radio station. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with? Hey, when you're getting one of those robocalls, Sheriff's Department, Fraud Division. Have you been up to any mischief? So there you go. A few ideas for you on how to answer the phone and have a little fun right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. 67 degrees in Albertville right now. It's 68 in Bluentsville, 69 in Coleman and Guntersville. And guess what? Oh, yeah, Scottsboro just happens to be, kissing that 70-degree mark. We've had to wait all morning long for that little moment right there. It took a while because it's nice and cloudy and it's just taking a while to warm up out there. But you know what? Today is Friday. We got a reason to celebrate. The weekend is almost here. And you're like, but Stephen, you're forgetting the most important part. No, I know it. I know what the Bible says. Today, and I'm going to say this seriously, today is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. So there you go. You got a reason to rejoice every single day, don't you? Well, your word of life today gives you some more reason to rejoice. It's from John 14, verse 6 in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. That's right. And guess what? It's up to us to share our faith with somebody else, to tell somebody about Jesus, about this hope that we found, about the salvation that we have. It's good news. It's worth sharing with somebody. So why don't you start the conversation with this word of life? We've got it ready for you across all of our socials and at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. Thanks for listening from wherever you are today. Could be in Finland or Florida or Kansas or right here in North Alabama. Thanks for being here.
There's a lot of talk going around town. I hear a lot of people running their mouths. Everywhere like an anchor just bringing them down, down, down. Yeah.
I've been following this guy for a while now. His name is Brian Trent. He's from Hampton, South Carolina. He pastors the Lighthouse Church out there. And he and his family post some amazing content. They go by Trent Tribe over on the socials. And we've done, we got into the 21 days of John with him, 21 days of talking about each of the 21 chapters of the book of John, and it was so eye-opening. He has a way of putting things in perspective and in a different light and kind of thinking of things a little bit differently, maybe in a way you've never thought of them before, right? That's what I loved about it. And we've been also in a study with him about how to find God's purpose in our life. And so as he continues, we'll continue, sharing that content, but he hasn't had a new day of that quite yet. But there is another topic that is so integral to our faith, and that is knowing God's will. So how can you know God's will? Well, he's got an answer for that, and I wonder if it's something you've thought about before. Take a listen. Let's find out.
It's the age-old question. How do I know God's will? Well, ultimately, it comes down to one thing, this right here. You mean your abnormally large forehead is the key to knowing God's will, Pastor Brian? No, I mean your mind is. Listen, Romans 12:2 says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you'll be able to test and prove God's will. Well, this is the most underrated and undertalked part about knowing God's will is the renewed and transformed mind, but it requires work on our side and time. But here's why that's important, because as a believer, God has called me to an out of this world lifestyle. That just means it doesn't look like this world. Not trying to be mean toward this world or spiteful, just trying to be pleasing to my Creator. And the last I checked, this world doesn't have great plans for me, but my Creator has great plans for me. So I'm going to put my priorities where they belong. But in order for me to live this out of this world lifestyle, it's going to require a brand new mindset, which requires being transformed. I do that with the tools that God has given me in His Word, prayer, and anything that connects me in this personal relationship with my Creator through His Son, Jesus. That's key. And you know what happens as I do the work to transform and renew my mind? I'm giving myself permission to align myself with God's will. In doing so, I align myself with God's blessing, His protection, His favor, and on and on and on. But it requires a brand new mindset. Love you guys.
What do you think about that? Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? Why don't you find him for yourself over on the socials? Just type in Trent Tribe and you can find him there. But I really enjoy sharing his content every morning at 9:30 here on the show. So just keep it locked in here. You'll hear him some more. Okay? All right. More great music headed your way. Casting Crowns and Only Jesus right here, right now.
Make it count, leave a mark, build a name for yourself. Dream your dreams, chase your heart above all else. Make a name the world remembers.
Some people have no filter between their brain and their mouth. It's a direct line of communication, and they don't think about it before they speak it. You ever been there before? Yeah, you ever said something you instantly regretted? Oh, it's not fun. Not fun at all. Open mouth, insert foot, right? Yeah, it happens. But, what if there were no filter? What if everything you thought about, you actually talked about? What if you talked as you thought? If you thought out loud all the time, what would that sound like? Would it sound like this?
My brain is a wild jungle full of scary gibberish. I'm writing a letter. I can't write a letter. Why can't I write a letter? I'm wearing a green dress. I wish I was wearing my blue dress. My blue dress is at the cleaners. The Germans wore gray. You wore blue. Casablanca. Casablanca is such a good movie. Casablanca, the White House, Bush. Why don't I drive a hybrid car? I should really drive a hybrid car. I should really take my bicycle to work. Bicycle, unicycle, unitard, hockey puck, rattlesnake, monkey, monkey, underpants.
Yeah, that's the reason why we don't think out loud. Wow. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. I'd like to shout out Miss Evelyn Berry. She said, hey, Stephen, could you play Everything Beautiful in His Time? Yes, I can do that. Now, you might not know this, but the person who sings this song is actually Evelyn's daughter, Emery. So it's Emery Berry. Beautiful in His Time. Right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. It's a good one.
Thought it was over for me. Every single tear that I cried made me feel like I'm drowning. I could barely whisper a prayer. Then your light fled through, and your word gave me hope. Told me just what I needed in that moment. Oh, you make everything beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in time. No, my life is not over. With you, I win this good fight. How I can't fathom what you do. Everything turns for my good. Life is over, I'll spend eternity with you. When this life is over, I'll spend eternity with you. yet to come. So don't quit tonight. Your promises will come to pass, every single one. I'll stand in faith and fight. You hold me as the morning comes. I'll rest in your love. 'Cause that's where my strength comes from. It comes from above. You make everything beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in time. No, my life is not over. With you, I will win this good fight. I'm pushing up the fears. I'm casting down the lies. I'm standing on your truth. This victory is mine. You say, take my hand, walk with me, trust in me. I'm turning every evil assignment into good for your life. And I'll get the glory. You make everything beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in time. No, my life is not over. With you, I will win this good fight. You make everything beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in time. When this life is over, I'll spend eternity with
It's time for me to bid you adieu, but before I do, I'd like to share with you an inspiring quote. In fact, some might say it's the most inspiring quote of the day. When you're happy, you enjoy the music, but when you're sad, you understand the lyrics. And Emery Berry's song that we just played for you, I think that sums it up very nicely, because it's one of those songs that just hits home, you know, because it talks about the hard times, but it talks about knowing that even through the hard times, everything's going to be okay. Now, it's fun when you're sitting in a car and you hear a song come on and it makes you move, makes you do a little dance, you know? But then at other times, you're in a really dark spot. You're feeling the pressure of life. And so it's the lyrics. It's those words that mean so much to you. You understand them. They hit a little bit deeper, you know? This life is complex. We have our ups, we have our downs. But there's one hope that permeates everything, and that is, it's all gonna be okay. Because with Christ, we got nothing to worry about. He's got it all under control. And you're gonna be just fine. So keep your head held high, and you have the best weekend ever. Well, ever so far. And then the next weekend, it needs to be even better than this one, okay? It's been a blast hanging out with you. I do love hanging out with you, and I love hearing from you too. So I know sometimes I might go overboard asking you to text me, but it's really because I want to interact with you. I want to learn more about you, and I want to play your music. You're listening, so let me know what you want to hear, and I want to play that for you. That kind of thing. Plus, I love watching that streaming map. I get those streaming reports all the time. It tells me where people are listening from. And on the reports, it actually has been telling me that we've been getting a lot of play over in Puerto Rico, actually. Yeah, and up in Canada. Let's take a look at the most recent report. I can tell you what countries are represented. Slovakia, of course. Our friends in Finland. By the way, that particular mystery is still not solved. I've been checking my email this morning. I was hoping to get an email from them over in Finland, finally putting this mystery to rest. Is it really a person listening? And that email, just in case you want to do it now, is Steven at 885jfm.com. I'd really love to hear from you. So, hey, next week we're going to have your chance to win some Zach Williams and Riley Clemens tickets. It's the 100 Highways Tour. And it's happening May 5th, and we're giving away tickets, a pair each day next week. So be listening to the Lifeline Morning Show for your chance to win. And one pair of these tickets is going to be upgraded to VIP. So, yeah, you want to get in on this. So from 6 to 10, every weekday, Monday through Friday, next week, okay? All right, we'll close it out with the number one song of the nation, Seth Schleter, Counting My Blessings.
It's like it was yesterday. I was praying for a miracle, scared to have a little